Right, today I'm making this video in relation to a court case that happened this week at Kidderminster Magistrates Court on Wednesday. The police officer involved in the case was PC Edward Maher, Police Constable 21287 of West Mercia Police. Now, we're going to be seeing some body cam footage of the roadside stop, and I will be reading his statement out and putting this video online. So, first of all, we're going to watch the body cam footage from PC Edward Maher's, obviously, body cam. And this is footage that West Mercia Police said was irrelevant to the case. And not only that, the CPS also stated the same. So, I'm going to play the video, then I'm going to read the statement and see what you all think. So, I'm just going to play the footage now. It does have sound. Let's make sure the sound's up.
So I was just getting into park. You're right there, sir.
Yeah,
the reason I stopped you, is obviously saw you sort of going up a driveway, giving the time to sort of warning us.
Yeah. Well,
checking a bit.
check the number plate, there's an arrest notice on West Mercia and West Midlands.
Have you got your driving licence on you?
No, I don't need to know you.
You do need to tell me.
I don't need to know.
What's your name then?
I don't need to know.
Right. You do need to give me your name. Alright, sir?
So, why are you
Road
taking
traffic
the
act.
keys? Well, you can't ask me for my name without telling me why you
YK
want
from
my name.
Papa Echo 501. Can I get another unit to Westy Lane, please? It's been quite obstructive.
It's obstructive.
Yeah.
You've asked me my name,
section,
and
right.
I've asked you why you want my name, because I don't have to give it.
Road Traffic Act,
said,
we do.
Yes, you're now saying the Road Traffic Act.
Yeah.
My name is Neil Wilkes. Why couldn't you say the Road Traffic Act to start with?
Right, because you were just being awkward.
I wasn't
Neil
being
Wilkes.
awkward. I wasn't being awkward at all.
You were, Neil.
You can't just say, can I have your name? You have to have a reason for my name, and you didn't state under the Road Traffic Act.
Section 164 if you want to know.
Section what?
I've taken the keys to prevent a foul to stop.
Section
164 of the Road Traffic Act. What's your
Section 163.
163 power to stop, 164 is power to request details, 165 is power to seizure. Alright, what's your date of birth, Neil?
12 to 18.
YK from Papa Echo 501. Can I run the driver through, please? Thank you. It's 21287 checking on Wednesday Lane. Surname is Wilkes. First name is Neil. Date of birth 1 May. Okay. You're more than welcome to, sir. Yes, please.
You normally stop people when they're doing their job.
Well, you've not said that, have you? If you've been more cooperative.
What I'm doing, you just got it out. You just got it out. And said,
I'll explain the reason.
No, you just says, I saw you go up a drive at this time of night. What's your name? You've not asked what I'm doing. I'm actually delivering for you, yeah.
Okay, Neil.
Right, so you can't tell me that I've not told you what I'm doing when you've not asked the question of what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's stand the other units down. Right, Neil. When we pull you over, and you go straight into the whole police harass me, I don't need to give details, don't try and be clever, okay?
Well, ask the questions, right? Don't just say, What's your name? Right? Say to me under section 163.
Okay.
And that is the end of the footage. As we can see, it was short and sweet. And here's PC Mayor's statement, which I'm now going to read out. I am Police Constable 21287 Edward Maher of West Mercia Police, currently based at Bromsgrove Police Station. Prior to joining the police service, I worked as a vehicle service technician for 10 years. I hold the following qualifications: Level 3 NVQ in light vehicle maintenance and repair, Level 3 VRQ in light maintenance vehicle and repair. I was also qualified as a nominated tester on Class 4 vehicles and had received training on testing Classes 5 and 7 vehicles. I was able to conduct MOT test on Class 4. At approximately 0230 hours, well, the body cam says 0130, but we'll give that if the body cam hasn't been synced with the clocks going forward. On the 28th of April 2022, I was on duty in company with PC 21952 Men's on full uniform mobile patrol. We were driving along Waisley Road, Rubery, Birmingham. I became aware of a male walking down the driveway and entered a white Mercedes Sprinter van, bearing the registration AY63UEH. The vehicle has then pulled away sharply and began driving in an erratic manner, negotiating parking vehicles at speeds which were inappropriate for the conditions but not exceeding the speed limit. I activated my body-worn camera. I produced the footage as Exhibit EJM1. Given the time of night and the area suffering from a number of burglaries, I caused the vehicle to stop on Metty Lane. I spoke with the driver, who I now know to be Neil Wilkes, and my date of birth. I began explaining to Wilkes that I had stopped him because I had seen him walking down the driveway late at night. Before I could finish explaining, Wilkes butted in and says, "Have you not checked the marker on this vehicle? I have a marker on this vehicle because West Mercia Police and West Midlands Police are harassing me." I asked Wilkes for his driving licence. Wilkes informed me that he did not have it on him. I asked Wilkes his name, which he responded, "I do not have to give you that." I removed the keys from the ignition of Wilkes' vehicle to prevent him failing to stop before I could obtain his vehicles, even though the vehicle was stopped. I requested other units attend. Once it was explained to Wilkes that there was a requirement under the Road Traffic Act, Wilkes gave me his name and date of birth, also made reference to section 163 of the Road Traffic Act, so he was obviously aware of the legislation even if he appeared misguided. I conducted checks on the vehicle and Wilkes against the PNC, which revealed Wilkes had the appropriate driving licence and was insured to drive the vehicle. I also conducted a walk around of the vehicle and notified the offside rear tyre was well below legal limit. I can confirm that the tyre had the following characteristics: 235 tread width, 65% aspect ratio, 16-inch wheel diameter, was of radial construction, rated for commercial use, 115 load rating in single fitment and R speed rating. A vehicle of this type must have a minimum tread of 1.6 mm across the central 3/4 of the tyre width. This tyre was obviously below the legal limit of 1.6. The tread on the inner position of the tyre was on a full depth tread groove, which was barely visible and was worn far past the wear indicators on the tyre. The tyre was almost smooth to touch. I pointed this out to Wilkes, who said I will get it sorted. During my interaction with Wilkes, this was the only time that he was polite and courteous. Once it was explained to Wilkes that he was going to be reported for the offence, he reverted to his previous attitude, informing me that he was going to complain to the Chief Constable and demand copies of the bodycam footage. Wilkes even stated that he has a law degree. During this time, several other police officers' units arrived. I took pictures of the defective tyres, which I produced as Exhibit EGM 2, 3, 4 and 5. I reported Wilkes for the offence of driving a vehicle with a tyre below the legal limit. I cautioned Wilkes, who responded, "Haven't you got nothing better to do? Look at how many of you there is. Shouldn't you be out solving crimes?" Wilkes refused to sign the traffic offence report and refused to accept a copy. I placed a copy of the report and the keys into Wilkes' vehicle on his dashboard. I had no further dealings with Wilkes. Now, obviously by seeing the body cam, we know his statement is fabricated. There was no photos taken of the tyres. He did check the tyres. They was all fine. There was no argument about me having a law degree, which I've not got. There's no argument about haven't you got nothing better to do. We don't see any further units attend. We don't see him give me an incident report saying I'm being reported for this offence. and they've done their best to keep their tyres from me. The body cam footage from me. So now, bring on to our next document, which is a certificate of service. Rule 4 of Criminal Procedure Rules 2015. I hereby certify that I have served the defendant with the document posted below, and the case number of which is a true copy by first class post. The documents were addressed to the defendant at an address at which the issuing authority reasonably believes that the defendant will receive the documents. Name of document, disc of footage, EJM1. Date and time of service, 8th of June 2023 at 9:13 in the morning by PC 61861 Tyler. Now, Tyler is a female officer. His real name is Faye Tyler. Now, the fact that was a true copy of the footage, once it was pointed out in court on Wednesday to a judge, the magistrate's court, what went on was the judge stated if the officer tells him that West Mercia Police have edited footage, provided false footage, he has to believe that officer is telling the truth. Nothing to do with he has to consider if he's telling the truth. He must believe that officer is telling the truth. So an appeal has been lodged. I folded all my paperwork off. At one point the judge started even answering questions for the officer. So obviously I had a few choice words with the judge. He'd got a law student in there. The public gallery was blocked off from my wife and my friend attending. So straight away, something was very, very wrong with this case. There is an appeal being lodged. I told them to find me guilty because this would be going to Crown Court. I'm not asking any more questions, and I'm refusing to take the stand. So the issue is, make your own mind up. I've read the statement and I've provided the footage. Please leave me your comments and I will update in due course.